Kevin Hart just released a video of him saying that he is now in a wheelchair. Kevin Hart said that both himself and former NFL running back Stephen Ridley raced each other in a 40-yard dash, and Kevin Hart said that during the race he ended up tearing his lower abdomen and his abductors. He said he can't walk and that he's now in a wheelchair. It's sad to see Kevin Hart go through something like this, as he's normally really joyful and jokes about everything. But watching the video, you can really see he's in a lot of pain, and I wish Kevin Hart nothing but a speedy recovery. In this video, I'm going to do kind of a deep dive on his injury, and hey, you might learn a little, because I sure did making this video. Now, I did some research to see how long it'll take for Kevin Hart to recover, and bear with me because I don't really know too much about muscle tears and physical therapy and shit like that. But basically, tissue injuries can be categorized into up to 5 grades. Grade 1 being the most mild injury, and grade 5 being the most severe. But abdominal and abductor injuries are categorized into 3 different grades, not 5, so it does vary from tissue to tissue. So for example, a grade 1 Achilles injury, basically it just produces some tenderness and sometimes minor swelling, while a grade 3 Achilles injury is a full rupture, often accompanied with a pop in the calf area. This is why most athletes are first diagnosed with a calf injury, but after a full diagnosis, it comes back with an Achilles tear. So for Kevin Hart, he either has a grade 2 or 3 abdominal tear, as grade 2 is defined as some tearing of the fibers in a muscle or tendon, while a grade 3 is a fully ruptured muscle or tendon. That's his abdominal tear though. His hip abductors tear is what I believe is causing his inability to walk, as those are located on his hips, and like I said earlier, I'm no professional, but just imagine trying to walk with broken ass hips. I did look it up though, and the highest grade for a hip abductor injury is grade 3, which is defined as when the muscle fibers are completely torn and you can't walk without a limp. People who tear their abductors say that it's one of the most painful things they've ever felt. They say they go on for countless nights without any good quality sleep because of the pain they feel in their hips. Now Kevin Hart's making it sound like he'll never be able to walk again, but with time doing rehab, he'll be aight. Recovery time for both of these injuries can take anywhere from just a couple months to almost a year. Just depends on the rehab and physical therapy Kevin Hart does, as well if he gets surgery or not. Now Kevin Hart has all the money in the world, so I'm sure he'll pay for the best trainers and doctors out there, and he'll be back to walking in no time. Now there are 2 ways to fix muscle or tissue damage. There's physical therapy and there's surgery. Now with physical therapy, the pros are that it decreases pain, and you can increase your strength and mobility. And there's also less risk of complications than alternatively doing surgery. It also teaches you how to change your habits and strengthen your body to prevent similar injuries in the future. Now the cons of physical therapy is obviously the cost, but Kevin Hart, like I said, he has all the money in the world, so cost isn't an issue for him. Now, there's always a risk with anything not working, and sometimes physical therapy may not work for you. Hopefully it does for Kevin Hart if that's the way he decides to go. But if he's not getting any pain relief, or if he's not recovering like at all, or recovering very slowly, then the only other choice would be to go to surgery. So now with surgery, the pros are that it's very effective at treating the injury, particularly if you do not respond well with the physical therapy. Surgery has a lot more cons than physical therapy. Now post-surgery, there's a decent recovery time, which will most likely require physical therapy. So you're going to have to do physical therapy either way, even if you do surgery. Surgery also has a high risk to infection. There's also high risk of wound complications or nerve or muscle damage, but that's with any surgery. But I think Kevin Hart, he'll be okay. He has all the money in the world, like I said, and he has great people around him. I saw The Rock, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, was commenting on Kevin Hart's posts, and he had like Will Smith and all these different guys just giving so much support and advice to Kevin Hart, and that's just what the public's saying. I can't imagine the amount of people that are in his DMs helping him out. He's Kevin Hart. He has one of the biggest, most well-known guys on the planet, and he'll be alright.